Good morning, everyone. David here, and we are getting ready to wrap up our Psalm daily devotionals. And today we are going to be talking about Psalm 144. This is a psalm that was written by King David, and most of this, it looks like it was done right after his exile because of how much he exalts the Lord. David, let me talk a little bit about the Psalms first. Hopefully, you have gotten so much out of reading through each one of these Psalms on this daily journey and to times of thanksgiving, of glory to the Lord. The reason for why we have the ability to go to our Lord as our shelter, our rock in high places, why He provides so much sustenance for us, like water, to sustain us in our struggles in life. And when we lament, when we are struggling, we can always go to our Father to uphold us. And as we wrap this up, you're going to see this. King David writes this as a kingly song, a praise to our Lord. And it's broken up in several ways here. The first is the basic nature of mere mortal. Our God comes down and sees us. Our God looks over us and protects us. We as mere mortals, and our deity, the God of creation, still cares for us who have finite lives. And David, who was out in the wilderness, who was before becoming king, someone who was humble, he was the lowest of lows. He was a shepherd of sheep, and eventually became king of all the Jews. Not just a king. There's many kings throughout the Bible. He was the king that put them, separated them, who raised them up and made them proud to be Jewish people. And from this, David never took this for granted. He always gave the Lord the glory. And this psalm is all filled with this. And so, this first part of the psalm, it states of the prominence of the individual interaction of our Lord in his life. And then it goes through how much he sustained him. And that's why I was saying that even though he was king, he could be proud. He can be say, look at what I've done. But he gave God all the glory. He couldn't have been anything without knowing the Lord was in his life. And when you read different things within this passage, it's very poetic. It has different terms in here. The deep water, the grasp of foreigners, depending on what version you're reading. Those are all just different words for saying trouble. People who aren't the Jewish people coming in to try to circumvent and break them up from within, to say they're going to do one thing and lie in doing another. And he's just thankful for the wisdom that the Lord gave him to be able to see through these things and move forward. And then the second part of this, it really goes back to the covenant made to Israel, that he was going to give them peace, he was going to give them land, he was going to provide and give them happiness. And this is all what this shows. It speaks about the nature of the Jewish family. And this is not just for Jews, it's for every single one of us, that without a strong family, and it says that, and I'm going to say this, that our sons will be like plants nurtured in their youth, our daughters like corn pillars that are craved in the palace style. And it's interesting to say that our children are like plants, but they're saying that they need to be nurtured. They love their children. And by making that strong family is how they have a strong nation. And we need to be very aware of that in our own country. But it wraps up this in the last verse, and I want you to take heart with this in verse 15. Happy are the people with such blessings. If we wrote out all the blessings that we have, we would fill reams of paper. If we were honest and looked at every little detail in our life. And then the very last line, happy are the people whose God is their Lord. Not our wealth, not our status, not fame, not anything we do, not any other make-believe God, not that's out there. It is our one true God, our Father, Yahweh, that when we acknowledge Him and make Him the center of our life, we are happy. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I know I have. Take notes and remind yourself of when you have your struggles and trials, of where you can go back to be reassured of the love that the Lord has for you. God bless and take care.